Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. All right. Good evening, guys. All right. And today the topic is like what there. So language of fundamentals. And before that, just give some clarity for me. Any of you are coming for today's class as a demo class? Any of you are coming for today as a demo class? Okay. Some of you are attending at 7:30 also. After the class, stay here. I will talk with you regarding these courses and all. Those who are at 7:30 and as well as like what their demo class today, first class, those who are attending, stay here after the class. After 7:30, I will talk with you. Right? Don't worry. Then I will talk with you the classes and regarding these timings and everything after 7:30. But first of all, whatever the topic here, I am trying to discuss with you. Now try to understand the content. Okay. All right, sir. All right. Now, the today's topic is language fundamentals. The concept is what there? Language fundamentals. What exactly the language fundamentals? What is this language fundamentals? What is the requirement of this language fundamentals? I'll give some clarity. Now try to understand it. For example, I want to construct a building. All of you observe carefully. I want to construct a building. What resources are required to construct a building? Yes, like cement, sand, bricks, iron, manpower, water. Then any other one? Sir, I'm not asking Java. General knowledge, right? So and so on. So many resources we required to construct a building. Am I right or not? One more question I'm asking there. Out of all these resources, which resources are natural resources which are not created by human being, which must be created by nature? What are the natural resources here we are using there? Water is a natural resource. Next, sand. Next one is what there? Cement is nothing but what there? Some human created, right? Then it's not natural. It's an artificial. Of course, its root is from natural. That's okay, but somewhat human created thing. Then apart from that, what next one here? All right, so like this, maybe just to take then a few examples here now. So similarly here, the point what I'm telling to you, understand it. To construct a building, whatever the natural resources here we required, whatever the resources here we required that are provided by nature, that resources are nothing but what their building blocks. That resources are nothing but what their building blocks. With that building blocks only, we are able to prepare construct a particular building. Am I right or not? Similarly, If you want to write any Java application, everybody understand my point here now? What I'm telling to you, if you want to design or develop, if you want to design or develop any application, any Java application, if you want to design or develop any Java application, we need some resources. We need some resources which must be provided by the programming language. Right, sir? Understand my point here? What I'm telling to you, which must be provided by the programming language. Some resources are building blocks. I'm telling there clearly are building blocks which must be provided by the programming languages. Right. These building blocks are called, these building blocks which are provided by the programming languages are called what? Their language fundamentals. Language fundamentals. I think so you understood my exact point, what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to convey. Once again, now try to understand it. No, I don't have any knowledge on Java, but I want to prepare a Java program. If you want to prepare a Java program, some predefined support must be required from Java programming language. Programming language must give some building blocks. If building blocks are not provided by Java programming language, how it is possible to create a Java program? How it is possible to prepare a Java program? It's almost same as like what there. If building blocks are not available from the nature, how it is possible to construct a building in outside? Everybody understand my point here? If sand is not available, how it is possible to construct a building? If water is not available, how it is possible to construct a building? Similarly, some predefined support must be required from Java programming language. Some predefined support must be required from Java programming language. With that predefined support only, we are able to prepare Java applications. That predefined support is nothing but what? Their language fundamentals. Observe carefully. Right, sir. This is the main intention of what? Their language fundamentals. Leave this one. After that, what are the various building blocks which are provided by Java programming language to construct a building? What exactly the predefined support is available from Java programming language to prepare Java applications? Understand my point here? To prepare Java applications, Java has provided the following building blocks. The following what? Their building blocks. What are the various building blocks are provided by Java? If you observe this particular point, now try to understand the answers here. Now the point number one, tokens. Point number one, what are their tokens? The very first one is nothing but what are their tokens. Observe carefully. After these tokens, the next one is like what I'm telling to you, data types. Second one is what? Their data types. Observe carefully. Then after these data types, next one is what? Their typecasting. Another one is what? Their typecasting. After this typecasting, next one is like what? Their Java statements. Java statements. Under these Java statements, after the Java statements, another thing is like what? Their arrays. Right. Try to understand this point here. Arrays topic I will discuss with you in the future, not immediately. Why? Because arrays is somewhat different in the case of Java programming language. In C and C++, arrays are somewhat different. In Java, arrays are different. In C and C++, array is a normal data structure where elements are going to be inserted as per indexing in consecutive memory locations. That's a definition, somewhat definition in the case of what? There C and C++. But in the case of Java, array definition somewhat different. What is it? No, array is an object. In Java, array is what? There it's an object. It's not like any linear data structure. It's not like any different one. Just it is what? There is an object in Java. Whenever it is an object, definitely it must have some object oriented features. So if you understand clearly all the object oriented features, then only we are able to understand what their array is a concept. Otherwise, we are unable to understand array is a content here. Please recognize my point, what I am telling you. Yes, sir. All of you are getting clarity or not? Tell me what exactly the language fundamentals are available to prepare Java applications. No, first one is what their tokens, next one is what their data types, next one is what their typecasting, after that Java statements, and finally what their arrays. Arrays topic we will discuss in the future. After understanding object orientation, at least after understanding basics of object orientation, there we are going to understand what their arrays concepts, not immediately. So immediately our responsibility is what there, we have to understand tokens. Next one is the data types, typecasting. Then what next one here? Java statements. These topics here we are going to understand in effective manner. So all of you are getting clarity or not? Right. Let's move on to the very first one. What is this first one here? No, tokens. That very first one is like what there? Tokens. Understand this clearly. Right, sir. I want to give some definitions to you. Now try to understand this tokens part. I want to give some definition, try to understand it. No, listen carefully. The individual logical unit in Java programming. What is that, guys? Now tell me. The individual logical unit in Java programming is called lexeme. Definition. One definition here I'm telling there. Come on, guys. Now tell me, what is this lexeme here I'm telling to you? The individual logical unit in Java programming is called what? Lexeme. I'll give you examples. Don't worry for it. No need to think much about it. This is called as what there? Lexeme. Observe carefully. Next one is, now this is the meaning of like what the lexeme definition are given. Individual logical unit in Java programming is called as what their lexeme. Next one is, I want to give the definition for what their token. What exactly the meaning of token I'm telling you. Now try to understand it clearly. All of you know, a group of lexemes come under a particular, or maybe the collection of lexemes. In a simple words, I'm telling to you, the collection of lexemes come under a particular group called, this group is called what their a token. Guys, I'm asking one question to you. Now try to understand this point here. Try to give answer for this question. What is lexeme? Now tell me, guys. Individual logical unit in a program is called as what their lexeme. Now tell me similarly, what is token? Collection of lexemes come under a particular group called what their token. That group is nothing but what there is a token. Right. Example. If everybody understand this example now. Int I is equal to, or maybe A is equal to B plus C star D semicolon. Clear? All of you know. One intersection here I've written. What is the intersection, guys? Now tell me. First one is like what I'm telling to you. Example, int A is equal to B plus C star D. Right, sir? B plus C star D. That's the value here I provided. Observe carefully. Where int is, what is this int actually? It's a data type. Am I right or not? Next one, A comma B comma C comma D. All these are like what their variables, or maybe we may call them as what their identifiers. Equal comma plus comma star. All these are like what their, these are operators. Got it or not? Okay, anyway, then I'm giving some points here. Now example I'm telling to you, int A is equal to B plus C star D semicolon. Okay, int is a data type, A, B, C, D. All these are like what their variables are identifiers. Next one is after completion of this, equal comma plus a comma star. All these are like what their operators. Then after that, after understanding all these things now, semicolon is available in Java. This is what their terminator, or maybe before that we can understand this is like what their special symbol. This is what their special symbol or terminator. Any name here we can use. Okay, sir. Now these are the classifications I have given over this particular equation. But now my question is what there number of lexemes. First of all, I want to divide the total thing into the number of lexemes. How many lexemes are available? If you observe the number of lexemes here, logical individual unit in Java programming or an individual logical unit in Java programming is called as what their lexeme. How many lexemes are available? Int is one logical individual unit. A, next one is equal, next one is a B, and next one is like what there plus, next one is what there, next one is what there star, next one is what, and D, next one is what there semicolon. Overall, how many number of lexemes are available, guys? Now tell me. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Overall 9 lexemes are available or not? Overall, how many number of lexemes are available? 9 lexemes here. That's okay, fine. After understanding these 9 lexemes now, how many tokens are available here? Now tell me. How many tokens are available here? No, number of tokens. What are the various number of tokens here? Now tell me here. Groups. That collection of lexemes are come under a particular group. Collection of lexemes come under a particular group. That group is called as what there? What is that group actually? That group is nothing but what there? It's a token. Got my point or not? Now get number of tokens or how many number of tokens are available? This is one token. This is like what there? Another group. This is another group. This is what there another group. Overall, how many types of tokens are available here? No, 4 types of tokens are existed. What are all these things? No, 4 types of tokens are available. Guys, all of you following these points? No, only 2 points are given. 3 points majorly. First point is what there? To prepare any Java program, some fundamental building blocks we required. That building blocks are nothing but language fundamentals. What language fundamentals are provided by Java to prepare Java applications? No, majorly 5 building blocks are provided. What are the 5 building blocks there? Tokens, data types, typecasting, Java statements. What next one here? Arrays. These 5 topics are available. Anyway, we are going to discuss about these arrays in the future, not immediately. In the future, we are going to discuss about what their arrays concepts, not immediately. Leave this one here. Now let's move on to the tokens first. What is that? If you want to understand these tokens now, first we have to understand a lexeme. What exactly the meaning of lexeme that we have to understand. Now let's see this one here. What is this lexeme actually? What is the point here now? Individual logical unit in programming, in Java programming is called as what? Lexeme. What is the token here now? The collection of lexemes come under a particular group. Collection of lexemes comes under a particular group. That is what there? A token. Example I have given there. One statement, one Java statement I have given. In this Java statement, how many lexemes are available and how many tokens are available? If you see the list of lexemes now, into A is equal to B plus C star T semicolon. Each and every logical unit is a lexeme. How many lexemes are available overall? 9 lexemes are available. Then how many tokens are available here? Observe carefully. 4 number of tokens are existed. 4 types of tokens are existed. Clear or not? Fine. Now let's understand this point here. Another point now. To prepare Java applications, Java has provided the following. Java has provided the following tokens. Again, in the tokens also be some classification is available. Try to understand this. To prepare Java applications, Java has provided the following tokens. What exactly the tokens here we are going to understand it. Now, number 1, observe carefully. Number 1, identifiers. First one is like what there? Identifiers. Next one is like what there? Literals. I'm talking about tokens. Already fundamentals are given there. Inside this tokens part I've taken. Inside this, how many tokens are available that I'm discussing with you. First one is what there? Identifiers. Next one is what there? Literals. After understanding these literals, next one, after completion of this, keywords or reserved words. Keywords or reserved words. After this keywords or reserved words, next one is like what their operators. The last one is what their operators. Overall, how many types of, how many types of tokens are available in Java? 4 types of tokens mainly. What are the 4 types of tokens? No, identifiers, literals, keywords or reserved words. Next one is what their operators. But of course, special symbols are available. I'm going to cover all the special symbols as per our concepts automatically in the future. Or maybe if you want to include the special symbols, no, we can include at any location. It's not much important, but throughout Java, we are going to talk about what are the special symbols. These are the various things here we are getting. Right, sir. Now, first of all, understand this what their identifiers part. What exactly the meaning of identifiers. Before that, I'm asking one question to all of you guys. Now try to understand it. No, to prepare Java applications, Java has provided some language fundamentals. What are the language fundamentals which are provided by Java? First one is what? Tokens. Next one is data types. Next one is typecasting. Next one is Java statements. Last one is arrays. Nice. To prepare Java applications, Java has provided a set of tokens. What are the tokens which are provided by Java? Identifiers, literals, keywords or reserved words. Both one is what there? Operators. That's it. Please, everybody must respond for my questions now. Why? Because if you give response now, then only I can understand how much you are understanding our content. So, am I right or not? Say, for example, when a musical night is going on in outside, where singers are singing the songs. Okay, even in some songs now, they are singing in an effective way. In the peak position, they are singing the songs. When they're singing the songs in a peak position, if all the audience are completely silent, no, what is the situation for the singers now? Tell me, their battery is down or not? Definitely. In the next song, they may not show their interest. Why? Because if audience are not active, then how that singers can perform their max performance? No. Similarly, myself is a singer here. Am I right or not? Very good singer. My songs are very good or not, that depends on your activeness inside the classes. No? If you are good active, if you are inactive, definitely I will sing more. If you are not active, my songs will be very less. Yes, sir, got it or not? So whenever I'm asking the questions there, try to respond everybody. If you are giving more responses, no, effective responses, active responses, immediately I'm able to give more content. Try to understand it. Of course, at the end, I can talk everything. That's okay, but depends on your activeness. I'm able to show your content effectively. Right, sir. Good. Now try to understand clearly. All right, sir. Now, identifier. What exactly the meaning of identifier in Java programming? Right, sir. One example I'm telling you. Try to understand it. Identifier is a name assigned to the programming elements. Identifier is a name assigned to the programming elements. What are these programming elements? No, variables we are able to write in our programs or not? Methods we are able to write in our programs or not? Constructors we are able to write. Of course, we may not aware about all these things. Understand it. These are like what are programming elements: variables, methods, constructors, classes, interfaces. Then what next one get? Packages, and so on and so on and so on. So many programming elements are existed. So what is an identifier, guys? Now tell me. Identifier is a name assigned to the programming elements like variables, methods, constructors, classes, interfaces, packages, and so on. For each and every one, we should provide a particular name. Am I right or not? Say, for example, I want to call each and every individual person. Your all members are gathered here. I want to call each and every person individually. Then how it is possible? How I can call that persons individually? Right? Definitely, I need your identity or not. I need some identity or not? Then what's in general your identity? No, that's your name. Everybody, all of you are having names, right? Through that name only I can access each and every person individually. So definitely identity is required for each and every person in the form of a name. Similarly, in Java applications, we are able to write n number of variables, more and more number of methods, more and more number of classes, more and more number of interfaces, more and more number of programming elements we are going to write. Whenever we are writing all this more and more, definitely we need some identity for each and every programming element. Then only you can access. When we write number of variables, I must access that variables or not. We are able to write number of methods, so I can access that methods or not. We have written number of classes, I need to access that number of classes. But if you want to access variables, or if you want to access methods, or if you want to access classes, I must have that respective variable identity. The respective variable must have a particular name. The respective method must have a particular name. The respective class must have a particular name. Through these names only I can access in my applications. So definitely we need some identity. That identity we are going to provide in the form of, that identity we are able to provide in the form of what there, a particular name. That name is called as what there, an identifier. That name is called as what there, an identifier. Yes, sir, all of you get my point or not? All right, sir, that's okay, fine. Listen carefully. One more simple question, guys. Everybody understand it now. So you're all sitting here in front of me. If I want to access individual persons, then definitely I need your identity. Clear, it's mandatory. That identity is available in the form of your names only. In the form of your names only, that identity is available. Okay, nice. But here my question is, you have your names, right? Do you know what is the history behind your name? Any history behind your name? Yes, sir. On flow, you're getting your names now. Your parents have given your names, right? How your parents have given your name? Do you have any awareness on it? No idea. All right, sir, clear. I can say some story about it. I think maybe when you born, your parents might be noted date of birth and time of birth. Am I right or not? Definitely, it's a minimum nowadays now. Date of birth and time of birth both might be written in a note separately. Maybe some kind of occasion in general we used to conduct in India, naming ceremony, right? And 45th date or maybe 41st day or maybe 20, what do you remember? I don't know exactly the dates. Please come. On particular day, some kind of naming ceremony is going to be conducted. Am I right or not? Okay. Then on that, before that, whatever parents have done there, parents might be went to some pandits in the temple maybe, or maybe some faster in the church, or maybe some masses, wherever it may be. They may go to the respective location where they might be asked to the respective panditji. What they're asking there, my baby was born on this particular date, on this particular time. Can you suggest the name for this? Then immediately what the pandit is doing, sir, now tell me, any idea? What the pandit is doing there? Any idea for you? Right, sir. Immediately is calculating something in air or not? Immediately that pandit is calculating something in air or not? Definitely might be calculated something in air, and finally that pandit has given suggestion to your parents, no, your baby name must be started with the K. Your baby name must be started with a yes. Baby name must be started with what there? Some particular name, particular letter. The pandit might be giving that type of suggestion. Then immediately what our parents are doing now, they came to home and they open the computer, they will Google it. Good names started with K. Good names started with what there P. Yes, sir. Am I right or not? Yeah, because of that reason only Pawan Kalyan is a name, Mahesh Babu is a name, Chandra Babu is a name, Nagoor Babu is a name. Yes, sir. So all the names are coming like that or not? See, the point is what that Pandit is calculating something on air, maybe numerically or maybe astrologically, something else. He might be calculating something on air. How he calculated now? Anfo is calculating something, no? No, there are some rules and regulations. There are some rules and regulations. Then which name is suitable for you? That might be some calculations. As per the calculations, that session is coming. That calculations are nothing but what they're a set of rules and regulations that Pandit has followed to give a name. Similarly, in the case of Java, if you want to give names for the programming elements, on flow you should not give your own conventions. Java has given a set of conventions to provide names to the programming elements. Java has given a set of conventions to provide names to the programming elements. There are some rules and regulations in Java to provide names to our programming elements. All of you are following my point or not? So get the point like what I'm telling to you. Java has provided the following rules and regulations. The following rules and regulations to provide or to give names to the programming elements. What are the various rules and regulations are provided by Java to provide rules and names to the programming elements? No. Now let us see some of the points here. Some of the rules and regulations here we have to understand. Now observe carefully. Rule number one. Rule number one. What exactly the rule number one here? All Java identifiers, that means names, identifiers in the sense we can understand what their names. All Java identifiers, all Java identifiers, what we have to provide there must not be started with a number. All the Java identifiers must not be started with a number. Of course, any of your names are started with a number? In general, no. Similarly, in Java programming language also, all programming elements names must not be started with a number. But the subsequent symbols, symbols may be a number. Subsequent symbols may be a number. Got my point or not? Observe carefully. What's the point I'm telling here? All Java identifiers must not be started with a number, but the subsequent symbols may be a number. I want to elaborate this point. Try to understand. Few more points I want to add. No, all Java identifiers must not be started with a number. Okay, not started with a number, but with what they have to be started? No, but not started with a number. I know, but with what they have to be started here? If we come for this one, identifiers may start with an alphabet. Identifiers may start with an alphabet, comma, underscore symbol. Yes, may be possible. Underscore symbol, comma, dollar symbol, even dollar symbol. Okay, but the subsequent symbols may be a number, comma, an alphabet, comma, underscore symbol. Observe carefully, comma, dollar symbol, comma, what there? Dollar symbol. These many points are available. Guys, all of you observe carefully what I'm telling you. Tell me, what is the rule number one here? All Java identifiers must not be started with a number. Then it may start with what there? Identifier may start with what there? An alphabet. Next one is what there? Underscore symbol. Next one is what there? Dollar symbol. But the subsequent symbols may be what there? A number, an alphabet, underscore symbol, or what there? Dollar symbol. Right? We can see some examples here. Int ENO is equal to 111. What is identifiers are here? Now tell me, ENO is a name or not? ENO is an identifier or not? Now if that identifier is started with an alphabet or not? Small e is an alphabet or not? Nice. Next one is, after that, observe carefully. String is a class, actually it's a data type. No, string 9 e name is equal to Durga, for example. I have written it. String 9 e name is equal to what there? Durga. Answer my point here. 9 started with 9 now. Observe carefully. This is one example. Next one is, after that, float underscore esal is equal to 50,000.0 ef float value. Next one is, after that, string emp. That means, then what next one here apart from this? Now here I want to provide float dollar esal is equal to $500. Clearly we can understand .0. Next one is after completion of this, then what is that next point here? Underscore symbol, okay. Then next one is the number is okay. Then alphabet here. Now next one is string emp underscore number is equal to, or maybe id, emp id. For example, if I take now e-111, that is a string value I have taken it. Next one is after that float again, float e cell in dollar is equal to maybe 500 500.0 f. This is float value. Even capital F is also valid, no problem. But the points here I'm telling there. Right, so now these are the various examples you have seen there. Now tell me, out of all these things, which things are valid and which things are invalid? No. Out of all the things, which things are valid and which things are invalid? No. Now tell me, first one is valid or invalid? Come on, first one is valid or invalid? Yes, it is valid. We don't have any problem with this first one. Now tell me here, the second one is valid or invalid? No. Second one is what there started with what there 9 now. Valid or invalid? No. Invalid. This is invalid. Why it is invalid? No. Why it is invalid? No. That identifier is started with what there number. But what is the rule for these identifiers? No. Identifiers must not be started with a number. Identifiers must be maybe started with an alphabet or underscore symbol or dollar symbol, but not be started with what there a number. But here we provided number. That's why it is invalid. Next one is what? Valid or invalid? No. Valid. This is valid. Why, sir? Why it is valid? No. Started with underscore symbol. Yes, valid. No problem here. Next one is what there? Dollar e-cell. Dollar e-cell is valid or invalid? No. Yes, valid. No problem here. Why? Because identifiers may start with what there? Dollar also. Next one is what there? String emp underscore id. Valid or invalid? No. Underscore we provide in the middle. At any location, underscore is valid. So no problem here. That we can write now. It is what there? Valid. Next one is what there? Now tell me. E-cell in dollar. E-cell in dollar. Valid or invalid? No. Right. It's also be valid here. The dollar symbol we can write at any location. Is it? All of you are getting clarity? No. But still, some of your faces are not in glow. Okay, I know. When I have to make you to glow, wait a minute of time. Right, sir. Now people are expecting the programming proofs, I think so. Now let me show that. Wait a minute of time. I'll show the programming proofs. Don't worry. Right, sir. Just give a minute of time. 1 minute, sir. Right, sir. Now understand this point here. What I'm telling to you, file new Java, simple file. Those who are completely new for programming, don't worry. At 7:30, I'll give more clarity. Then how to prepare these programs also we are going to understand. Just namesake, I'm preparing these programs. Try to understand it. Class test I have taken. Now here I want to write the same examples. Whatever the examples here I prepared there. Now the same examples here I want to take. Whether they're valid or invalid, just I want to check in the program. And let me copy and paste. Now here I want to delete. And these things no, then the cases are given, status are given, the status I want to delete. 1 minute. Whether they are valid or invalid, here we have to check. Right, sir. Now here what we are having there. Now in TNY is equal to 111 string. Right, sir. 9 e name is equal to Durga, float e cell, dollar e cell 500. It's okay. EMP underscore ID, float value here we are getting. Right. Let me save this here. Now I want to save this at a D drive. Inside the D drive, here I have to go for what the Java 6. Now here I want to prepare like what the test.java. See, observe carefully. I want to compile this program. If you are getting compilation error, error message will come there. There we can see that. By seeing that error message, we can identify where we are getting error. Now let me open command prompt now. In that command prompt, go for this d:/cd Java 6 p.m. How to prepare these programs, I'll give clarity at 7:30. Don't worry for it. Those who are completely new members, I'll show this. Java C space tester.java. Alright, sir. Now here we are getting some errors now. So many errors here we are getting there. Why, sir? Why you are getting these many errors now? Right. Yeah, this is okay. 1 minute. 1 minute. Right. No, this is because of copy and paste. Don't worry. Yeah, I'll show separately. Don't worry. No. System.out.println of hello. 1 minute, guys. Let me check it. I think some problem is going on here. Java C space tester.java compiled successfully. Java space tester. Okay, Java space tester. Okay, nice. Now let me show all the points that I want to show there. Separately, I want to type. Why? Because I copy from document. That's why it is taking some other format here. Now here, int envo is equal to what, sir? Then what I provided here, 111. Try to observe this clearly. System.out.println of system.out.println of where I need to provide envo. First of all, see individually one by one I want to show there. Now here we don't have any problem with this. Already it is valid. Am I right or not? Java C space test.java, no compilation error. Java space test, we are getting output 111. No compilation error. Right, sir. Just only check error is coming or not. That's enough. Next one is what? Next one here, apart from this, no string 9 ename is equal to Durga. We provided here. Next one is what I want to check there, 9 ename. Now observe carefully. Now we are going to get some compilation error. Try to recognize this error here. Java C space tester.java. These many errors here we are getting there. Observe carefully. Malformed floating point literal here 9 ename, not a statement here. Like this here we are getting, here also we are getting some errors now. Observe carefully. So here the point is like what there, identifier must not be started with a number. For example, if I remove this 9, I removed here. If I remove this 9 now, then here if I save this, there we are able to get what there, no compilation error. Java C space tester.java. No compilation error. Java space tester. Here we are able to get some output like what there, Durga. Got it or not? Now it's okay, fine. Similarly, like what next one I shown there, no. Here I want to put dollar. Started with dollar. Of course, same variable. I'm able to provide this dollar. That means underscore. I'm able to put underscore. Any mistake with that? No. Is it valid or invalid? No. Yes, valid here. Then we can compile and execute this. There we are able to get some output here. Java C space tester.java compiled successfully. Java space tester. Durga is an output here we are getting. Also careful. Next one is after that. I want to start with the dollar. For example, in place of this underscore symbol, we can use what there, dollar. There's no issues there. There also we are able to get what there, some output here. Java C space tester.java. That's it. Java space test. We are getting some output. Not only that, we can keep this dollar even in the middle. Say for example, here I provided dollar here. Here also be E. That means here I want to remove that ENA dollar. Understand it here. Now here we are able to get like what there, a dollar I provide in the middle. We can provide that dollar in the middle of the identifier. That doesn't matter here. Subsequent symbols may be what there, dollar here. No compilation error. Now Java space test. Here we are getting some Durga as an output. Next one is what there. In the middle, I want to provide underscore symbol. Possible or not possible? Underscore symbols in the middle. Possible or not possible? Yes, possible here. Now we can compile the program. Java C space tester.java compiled successfully. Java space test. Here we are getting like what there? Durga. Durga is an output here we are giving. Right. All of you are getting my point or not? That's okay, fine. Leave this one. Rule number 1 is very clear. So some of the valid cases are available, some of the invalid cases are available. This is like what there, rule number 1. Now here we have to go for rule number 2. Listen, all of you listen carefully, everybody. Identifiers are not having spaces in the middle. Identifiers are not having what their spaces in the middle. Identifiers do not have spaces in the middle. Identifiers do not have spaces in the middle. Examples I'm telling you, try to understand it now. Int emp space no is equal to 111. Int emp no is equal to 111. This is one example. Next one is string emp addr is equal to hyderabad. Then string emp space addr is equal to what there hyderabad. Tell me guys. Now first one is what there valid or invalid now? First one is what there invalid. Why it is invalid, sir? Now tell me. After the CMP and NO spaces are available or not? Right, sir. Now the second one is valid or invalid now? Second one is valid or invalid now? Yes, valid. Now tell me string EMP ADDR. EMP ADDR is equal to high debit. Now tell me is it valid or invalid now? Yes, it is valid. Why? Because no space is available. Now what about this one? Last one here no? Valid or invalid now? Valid or invalid now? This is invalid. This is invalid. Why it is invalid here now? Tell me spaces are available. In general, most of the people are completely freshers for programming. Those who are completely new for programming, they used to do this type of mistakes now. They used to do this type of mistakes here now. In the identifier, spaces must not be allowed. Everything we have to write is a single word only. Even though multiple words are available, but we have to attach them without the spaces. In general, in the English, word to word space we are going to provide. But in the case of Java programming language, a single identifier in the sense, it should be a single name without having any spaces in the middle. Of course, multiple words we can take, but all the words must be in an attached mode. See, for example, here I'm telling there, EMP, ADDR, two things are available. Or else maybe one more example here now. Now here, string temporary EMP, ADDR is equal to what there? IDBAT. At the same time, string temp emp addr, if you write like this, this is the in general users active, that means users habituation. Three words are available, they're trying to keep some spaces between the words, but whenever we want to write that everything as a single identifier, you must remove spaces in the middle. Now tell me, here we are not having, this is like what their valid case, but this is what their, this is invalid. Understand my point? Spaces are not allowed in the middle of the identifiers. Spaces are not possible in the middle of the identifiers. Still see this one. If you want to know this particular content here, I will show in the form of this one here. Now I will take some examples. Now what I am telling to you, string emp name is equal to what there? Durga. String emp name is equal to what there? Durga. I am going to provide this in a section. All right, sir. Now I want to write like what there? System.out.println of, system.out.println of, then directly I want to write like what there? emp name. Observe carefully. Now get this, I want to compile and execute this. If you want to compile and execute this, then what we have to do there? Java C space tester.java. Are getting any compilation error? No compilation error here. Java space tester. Here we are getting some output. It's okay, fine. Say for example, I want to provide space here. Here also I want to provide space here. Now observe this now. How many errors we are getting there? Number of errors here we are getting. Java C space tester.java. Here so many errors here we are getting there. The spaces are not allowed. Spaces are not available. Right, sir? We can take any examples in this way. Spaces are not going to be allowed here. Right, sir? All of you are getting clarity or not? Right, sir? The rule number 2 here we completed. Now let's come for the rule number 3. In Java applications, all operators are not allowed in the identifiers. Come again. What's the point I said to you? In Java applications, all operators are not allowed in the identifiers. Operators must not be allowed inside the identifiers. That's the point here we have to understand. All right, sir. Now see this one. We want to go for some examples here. Now try to understand these examples now. All right, sir. First one is like what I'm telling to you, that example here. Say for example, int emp no is equal to 111. Similarly, int emp plus no is equal to 111. String emp minus name is equal to Durga. Next one is float emp underscore sal is equal to 50,000 0.0 f. Also carefully what I'm telling to you. Next one is, then after that string emp like what, their star address at addr is equal to what, idemage. Now tell me guys, now what about the first one here? Now tell me, first one is what, there valid or invalid? Now valid. emp no, we don't have any operator inside this. Now it is what, there valid. Next one is what, there emp plus no, emp plus no, plus is available or not, plus is provided inside the identifier or not, valid or invalid? Now this is what, they're invalid. This is what, they're invalid. Now what next one here, string emp hyphen name, emp hyphen name is equal to what, there Durga, valid or invalid? No, valid or invalid? No, invalid. This is minus, of course, here we can say no, invalid. Then what about this one here, valid or invalid? No, valid. This is underscore symbol, underscore symbols are valid, but in general people are taking this misunderstanding about this point here. Even though it is in underscore symbol, they are thinking it is what, there hyphen or maybe minus. No, they are giving some wrong mark for it. Understand it here, there we have to take care. Next one is, what is the next one here? Now tell me, valid or invalid? No, string emp star addr is equal to identified, valid or invalid? No, in it is invalid. Why it is invalid, sir? What is available here? Star is available. Am I right or not? All right, so now let me check this here. I want to check one by one clearly. Now here we have to understand it's valid or invalid. Here we have to understand. Now observe carefully. All right, sir. emp no as is here. I want to write emp no compilation error. Java C space test.java compiled successfully. Java space test 111 output here we are getting. Then what next one here we are getting there? Now tell me. All right, sir. This part here we have to understand emp plus no. What we are taking there? emp plus no here we have taken emp plus no. Here also we have to use what? The emp plus no. There we are able to get some compilation error. Java C space test.java. Error we are getting, some semicolon is required here, some error here we are getting. Leave this one. Then after that, what next one here we have to do there? Now emp minus name, string emp minus name. All right, sir. Now here what we have to do there? emp minus a name. Now definitely we are able to get what there? Some compilation error. Java C space test.java. Here we are getting some errors here. Number of errors here we are getting. Just leave this one, not required. Then after that, this is not good. 1 minute. This is Durga. Right. Anyway, error we are getting there. Error we are getting there. Java C space test.java. Error we are getting, again semicolon is expected here. Next one is after that float. This value here we have to provide there. Now all right, now here we have to provide what there? emp underscore sal. Let's know. Let us check this clearly. What we are able to get? Java C space test.java compiled successfully. Java space test. Here we are getting some value here. So like this here we are able to check that. Even the last one here. What is this last one here? We have to check there. All right, now here we are providing this value, but we should not use this double quotation. In edit plus different double quotation here we have to use there. Now its value is like what there? emp star addr. Definitely we are able to get what there? Compilation error. Java C space test.java compilation error here we are getting. What we are getting there? That semicolon here we are getting. Semicolon is expected here. So almost all the cases here are shown or not. So first one is valid, second one is invalid, third one is invalid, fourth one is valid, again fifth one is what there? Invalid here. So finally the conclusion is what there? Now tell me, what is the conclusion? In Java applications, all operators are not allowed in the identifiers. That is one point. Next one is after that, point number 4. Observe carefully, all of you know. Point number 4. All Java identifiers are not allowing all special symbols except dollar symbol, that means underscore symbol and a dollar symbol. Yes sir, inside the identifiers underscore and dollar symbols are allowed or not allowed? Underscore symbol and dollar symbols are allowed or not allowed? Definitely allowed. These two are allowed, but except these two, all the remaining special symbols are not allowed. Right sir, in Java all Java identifiers are not allowing all special symbols except what there, underscore symbol and what next one here, dollar symbol. Now let's see some examples here. Up to now, what are the examples here we are having there? Try to understand these examples here. Now first one is like what I'm telling to you, right? Again the similar examples here. Int emp.no is equal to 111. Observe carefully. Now string emp at the rate Hyderabad, is equal to something else for the Durga. Then after that, after completion of this, float emp salary dollar is equal to 500, that means $5,000, maybe 0.0. Then after that, after completion of this, string hash EADDR is equal to like what there, Hyderabad. Guys, now another point here, again I'm telling to you, string emp hyphen like what there, qualification is equal to BTech, for example. Like this, I have taken there. Now tell me, what about the first one, guys? Valid or invalid now? Valid or invalid now? This is what we are having there here. No dot. Dot is a special symbol or not? Dot is not allowed inside the identifier. Of course, dot is available in Java. Dot has separate meaning inside the Java, but inside the identifier, dot is not allowed here. So here, what we are getting there? This is what there, invalid. This is what there, invalid case here. We have to identify. Next one, after completion of this, string emp at the rate Hyderabad. What is the value here? At the rate symbol, special symbol. Valid or invalid? No, invalid. This is what there, invalid. Next one, float emp sal dollar. Float emp sal dollar. Valid or invalid? No. Valid or invalid? No. Yes, this is what they're valid. Valid here we can understand. Next one is string hash EADDR. Hash is a special symbol or not? It is a special symbol. Now this is what they're valid. But now what about this one here? This is valid or invalid? No. Third one, valid. Why? Because dollar symbols are allowed. Dollar symbols are allowed inside what their identifiers here. Observe carefully. Next one is string emp hyphen qual BTech. Then what is this now? Valid or invalid now? Valid. This is what they're valid here we can understand. Right, sir? Not required to check in the edit plus. Valid or invalid now? Right, perfect. Invalid. Very good compilers. Just I'm checking whether you are in alert or not. Huh? Right, sir. You are very good students. You know Java perfectly, right? People are ready to catch my errors only. Wait. In the future, might be I'll give some assignments now. Topic wise, I'll conduct some written tests. I'll read your marks inside the classes now. All right, sir. Now listen carefully. So, guys, up to now, observe carefully. Fourth point also we completed. What is this fourth point here? All Java identifiers are not allowing all special symbols except underscore symbol and what there, dollar symbol. Some valid and invalid cases here I showed. Even this one also we are able to check in edit plus. But anyway, all the concepts are very clear. Now try to understand it clearly. Right, sir. Next one after the completion of this. Next one is next point. One more point I'm telling you. Try to observe carefully. All Java identifiers are not allowing keywords. Our Java identifiers are not allowing what their keywords. Not possible to use keywords as what their identifiers. Understand it clear. Not possible to use what their keywords. Understand it now. Right, sir. Some examples here we are able to identify. Then what are the examples here we are understanding there? Now try to recognize this now. Say for example, int. Observe carefully. A is equal to 10. Clear or not? Into A is equal to 10 now. Okay. Next, observe carefully. Int break is equal to 20. This break is what there is a keyword. But in place of A, I'm using what there break. In place of A, I'm using what there break. Keyword I'm using as an identifier. My variable name is a keyword. That is what there break up. That's the point I'm telling there. Observe carefully. For example, float E cell is equal to 5,000 or 50,000.0. We can understand it now. Float E cell is equal to 50,000.0 F. That's okay. But at the same time, here what I am telling there, float now I want to use fur is equal to 50,000. Something else I want to use there like this. That means here break is a keyword. Next one is what there E cell. E cell is what there normal variable. F for fur is what there again. Again it is a keyword. Alright, sir. Now, what are valid cases and what are invalid cases here? If you have to this now, int a is equal to 10, it is what there? Valid. Next, int break is equal to 20. What is this one actually? Valid or invalid now? This is invalid. Why it is invalid here? Why it is invalid here? Break. Break is what now? It's a keyword. Keyword must not be used as what there? Identifies. Next one is like what there? Float E sir is equal to what there? 50,000. Something else here we provided. Now this is valid. Now float fur is equal to fur is what there? Is a keyword. There we are able to get like what there? Invalid cases. See this one? I want to show that points clearly. Right, sir. Now get. I want to say int break or else maybe int a is equal to 10 here we provided system dot out dot println of a we provided. Now here we are able to compile and execute this program Java C space test.java compiled successfully Java space test 10 is an output. But in place of a what I want to provide there, in place of a I want to provide like what there break. Break is a keyword but we cannot use this in our program there. Java C space test.java. Here we are getting some error. Break is not reload, it's a keyword. Next one, after completion of this, another thing is like what there, F for fur. Okay, F for fur. I want to use now. Now here I want to use what there, F for. Now here also we were able to get like what there, some compilation error. Java C space test.java. Number of errors here we are getting. So, and if you're getting it or not. So the points are not yet completed here. Few more points are remaining there, guys. Now, first of all, now let us understand what we understood in today's session. What exactly the content here we understand in today's session or try to. Still, a data types related point is available. Data types are come under keywords or not? Okay, then get data types are come under what there keywords no. But where some rules and regulations are available about this data types now. Primitive data types are not allowed, but up to some sort user defined data types are allowed as an identifier. That information I've already discussed with you clearly later on. But first of all, now understand guys what exactly the points I'm telling to you today. What exactly the content here we understand there. Now check this clearly. Today we started with what the language fundamentals content. All right, sir. What is the requirement to come for this language fundamentals? Now tell me all of you know. What's the requirement to start this language fundamentals? All of you. Right, sir. If you want to design or develop any Java application, we need some resources or building blocks which must be provided by Java programming language. That is called as what their language fundamentals. Right, sir. How many language fundamentals are available? 5 language fundamentals are available. What are the 5 language fundamentals? No, tokens, data types, typecasting, Java statements, then arrays. Next one is out of all these things, token. I given the definitions for token. First of all, I given definition for lexeme. What is this lexeme now? Individual logical unit in Java programming is called what? Lexeme. Then what is token here now? The collection of lexemes come under a particular group. The group is called as what there? A token. I given one equation. Find the number of lexemes and tokens in this in a section. Individual, each and every individual is treated as what there? A lexeme. How many lexemes are available now? 9 lexemes are available. But how many tokens are available here? 4 types of tokens are available. What are the 4 types of tokens now? Int data type A, B, C, D are what there? Variables are identifiers. Equal plus a star are what there? Operator. Semicolon is what there? Special symbol or a terminator. Right, so number of tokens. How many tokens are available? 4 types of tokens are available. Next one is to prepare Java applications. Java has provided a set of tokens. What are the various tokens which are provided by Java? Identifiers, literals, keywords or reservoirs, operators. These many things are provided. Then we are given identifiers. What is an identifier? Now tell me. Identifier is a name assigned to the programming elements like variables, methods, constructors, classes, interfaces, packages, and so on. Right, sir? To provide identifiers, Java has given a set of rules and regulations. What are the rules and regulations are provided by Java? What is the first rule here? No, all Java identifiers must not be started with a number. Identifiers may start with an alphabet or underscore symbol or dollar symbol, but the subsequent symbols may be a number, an alphabet or underscore symbol or dollar symbol. Then few examples here we provided clearly. Understand it. Next one is identifiers do not have spaces in the middle. Identifiers do not have spaces in the middle. Some examples are given. In Java applications, all operators are not allowed in the identifiers. In the middle of the identifiers, operators are not allowed. Next one, all Java identifiers are not allowing all special symbols except what there? Dollar symbols and underscore symbols. Next one is all Java identifiers are not allowing what there? Keywords. Keywords are having specific meaning now. So we cannot use the keywords as what their identifiers. So these are the various rules and regulations here we have to understand clearly. Yes, sir. All of you are getting clarity or not? Right, sir. That's okay, fine. Do one thing. Those who are attending that 6 o'clock previously, right, today I want to complete this session here. Then tomorrow I will go for the remaining part here. Continuation. We are going to see the morning class there. Those who are attending regularly 6 o'clock, we may leave from the class. Those who are at 7:30, those who are attending and those who are coming for demo class, just sit here. Within 5 minutes, I will talk with you. Up to 5 minutes, I want to talk with you with some content here, right? So those who are attending regularly 6 o'clock, then you may leave, no, not required here. You may leave, no problem. కింద ఆఫీస్లో ఉంటారు, ఆఫీస్ దగ్గర ఉంటారు చూడండి, నోటీస్ బోర్డు పెడతారు. ఆన్సర్ కీస్ ఉండే అదే ఆప్షన్స్. అండర్ స్కోర్ అక్కడ స్పేస్ ఇస్తే ఇన్వాలిడ్, అండర్ స్కోర్ ఇస్తే వ్యాలిడ్. ఈ రెండే జావా అట్లా స్పెసిఫిక్ గా డిజైన్ చేశారు అంతే, అంతమించి ఏం లేదు రీజన్. బట్ థ్యాంక్ యూ. మాట్లాడారా సార్తో? ఉన్నారు, ఇప్పుడు కింద ఉంటారు చూడండి, ఆఫీస్ లో ఉంటారు, ఓబై సార్ ఉంటారు, ఒకసారి మాట్లాడి అంతే నా దగ్గర పర్లేదు. ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటి? అవును, అంటే బేసిక్ అవి కూడా వేరియబుల్స్ ఆపరేటర్స్ మధ్యలో యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాయి కాబట్టి ఆపరెంట్స్ అంటాం. బేసిక్ వేరియబుల్స్, ఆ వేరియబుల్స్ మనం ఆపరేటర్స్ తో పాటు యూజ్ చేస్తాం కాబట్టి ఆపరెంట్స్ అంటాం. అంతే, కరెక్టే, బోత్ రైట్, నో ప్రాబ్లం. I will give that. Still the topic will come. Don't worry. No. New members, I have to talk with them. All right, sir. I think you are the members, right? You are attending 5 minutes. How many of you are completely new members today? That means all remaining members are attending at 7:30, right? Regularly you are attending 7:30, right? Okay, fine. Right, sir, no problem. I think now I need to discuss about some topics, some schedule item. Otherwise, why don't we take some 5 minutes break there? Take 5 minutes break and come back. Then I will continue that 7:30 class there. For new members, I'm telling there 7:30. Come at 7:30. Now within 5 minutes, then I'll give more clarity. If any of the new members, take 5 minutes break. No need to hurry, right? Now take some minutes break and come back. Then I will talk with you. Don't miss the class here. Then I'm going to start concept, original concept, and I will start. Within 5 minutes, come back. Okay. Take 5 minutes break and come back. Guys, those who are in online, I'll give some link to you regarding that 7:30 class link there. Then try to take the link and try to attend the class, guys. Then those who require that 7:30 class link. Guys, all of you, please check it in the chat window. In the chat window, I'm sending that 7:30 class link to all of you guys. Please take this in the chat window. Yeah, chat window in the sense like what? There's 7:30 class link. I think yesterday what class you attended, there what 7:30 class you attended, the same link. Guys, are getting that 7:30 class link in the chat window? Just in the questions box, I given that link there. Please, all of you then copy that link. Those who are completely new on 7:30 class, those who are attending there, try to come for that class. At 7:30, I will talk with you in that link. Guys, will you come to that link? Again, I'm giving that link information to you in the chat box. Now try to select it, then try to copy that. Yeah, 6 o'clock link also I will provide, guys. Don't worry. Just wait a minute after. Otherwise, then tomorrow I will give that link information there. I think I already prepared that. I think I forgot to give that. I want to give that. Yeah, this is the link, guys. This is the link for 6 o'clock classroom notes. Don't worry. Then tomorrow again I will give that information to you. Okay. Yeah, link information I given. Guys, please all of you take that 7:30 class link and try to attend for the class. Okay. Now just I'm going to wind up the webinar. I'm going to shut down the webinar. Then try to attend for the class at 7:30. I given some link there. Through that link you can attend there. Okay. Right. Just I'm going to wind up the webinar. Then again I'll come back. No, within 5 minutes I'll start. I'll start that 7:30 link. Please come here. Come to the 7:30 class. Thank you.